First Eagles game, yeah.
Parker,
we won't be home.
Wait, what?
Me and Parker will be at Forest
Do you think
Street.
we can stream
Wow.
it? Or we can stream it.
From our phones.
Like mid-worship, we're just...
That's terrible. You go like this, and people think you're like worshiping. It's like, no, they scored a touchdown.
That is so horrible.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, sorry, I told Parker I'm trying like a slightly different seating arrangement.
Oh, you don't want me up here?
There was no. My dad suggested we do the chairs like this one facing directly this way and this one facing directly this way, but that doesn't quite fit in the frame. So I kind of put them at like 45 degrees.
Is it exactly
we'll
45 degrees? Did you get
No,
a protractor?
I said
in that
kind of 45 degrees.
Yeah, I
So-
thought
so
you
we're gonna
took
see how it
geometry.
looks.
What is your problem?
Oh my word!
I'm just kidding.
I just came back and now I'm getting geometry shamed.
No, you know
You're
what's
just
fun?
getting shamed in general.
I
I
just-
love,
yeah,
I love the
it's
game
to be
Geometry
expected.
Dash. Geometry
That was
Dash.
popular when we were in
What a
like
great
6th
game.
grade.
Yeah, that was so long.
Do you still have that on your phone?
No.
Okay.
But it's fun.
This is episode 113. I don't know if I'll use that as the
113?
intro or not,
Okay.
but I think that was pretty funny.
Why? Oh, we should all three wear glasses for an episode.
I mean, we're 2/3 of the way there right
I
now.
know.
So
Well, but my glasses, I can't see out of them
I
because...
just got home super late last night, and so when I woke up this morning, I did not feel like putting my contacts in.
Yeah.
That's normally when I wear my
I
glasses.
got home
It's
at
laziness.
like
yeah.
1:30 last night.
What?
You can't see.
I thought I got home late. I got home at 11 last night.
Man,
What were you doing till 1:30? Was it like
I
some
said
like work?
Chick-fil-A closing. We were closing.
Oh,
we
you were
didn't,
closing?
We didn't stop serving till 10:30.
Wait, but
We closed at 10, but we didn't
Yeah,
stop
but-
serving till 10:30.
Well,
Just because there was
lines.
that much. The
Really?
drive-through.
Chick-fil-A is pretty
At
popular,
10 o'clock,
Parker. I don't know if
Yes,
you've heard of
at
this.
10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. Yeah.
huh? That's crazy. Did your parents did they stay up for you?
No.
Okay. Yeah, my parents, they always stay up for me. Like my mom, I got home and she was just like on the couch like, oh, you're home.
Barely
okay,
awake.
I'm going to bed." I'm like, Mom, you don't have to wait up for me. But she always does, and it's like, oh my word.
Parents.
Anyway.
Let's backtrack real quickly. You can't see out of your glasses?
Oh, yeah.
Well, hold on. I didn't.
Is that
I
just
this.
you don't have the right prescription?
They don't work anymore. Like
That
should
happened
probably
with
go
my-
back to the eye
That happened with
doctor.
my old glasses.
well, yeah, I got my contacts fixed, but like I forgot to bring in my glasses that day, so then they didn't fix.
That's
my
what
glasses.
happened with me. Like,
But I love the frames. Like I love the frames part of it. Like
They can do that. They can just change
switch
the
out.
lenses.
Yeah, so that's what I need.
that's what happened with me. Like, I had updated contacts, but like my old glasses. Like, I had an original prescription. I've got to change twice, and so my glasses were my original prescription. My contacts were the second one that I had. And so then I went to the eye doctor this past time and got new contacts and new glasses. So now everything is up to date.
You
There you
did.
go.
You did a 2-for-1.
Sure.
You fixed-
Well, 4 for 1, because
Oh yeah.
2 and 2, yeah.
A 2.5 because you
For
technically
one.
have to divide it by 1.5.
Sure. Yeah, 2.5 for 1, a classic deal.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've ever
That's
told
marketing
this.
right there.
But I still have to pay for it
See,
all.
you learn about that in school. You
It's a
learn
2.5 for 2.5, as
Yeah,
we like to
pretty
call
much.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you learn about that?
Sports marketing.
You
Yeah.
haven't even taken the
I took sports marketing.
Yeah, and you learn.
You
about
learn
that,
all about the 2.5 for 2.5. It's a staple.
It's a rule. It's a rule.
Yeah, uh-huh.
The 10x rule.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
Multiply your profits by doing the 2.5 times 2.5 rule.
Oh my word! What a weird start.
No.
We're already off topic, so I'm just gonna stay off topic.
Yeah, good idea.
I'm gonna stay on
Smart.
topic by keeping it off topic.
Yeah.
One might say. This is episode 113. Have you ever told the story on the podcast? This is a great story, so if you haven't, I would love for you to tell it.
There's a lot of great Parker stories.
When you first got contacts, about 2-3 years ago. That's why I'm not
Oh.
sure. I
I
think
don't
this
know.
happened about the same time we started the podcast.
Have I heard
Yeah.
this story?
When you
I don't know if I've
first
heard
got
this
your
story.
contacts, they don't let you leave the office before you learn how to properly put them in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they don't let you leave, right? So I was trying for it was coming up on like an hour, and there was this guy.
What? I got my
Exactly.
left eye first try, and my right eye took me like 5 minutes.
That's pretty normal. Yeah, 10 to
Yeah.
15 minutes.
Okay.
And then
Well, it was coming on an hour, and It was my mom and this guy that was just there watching me the whole time. Like
That makes it sound weird. He was working there. It wasn't some
no,
guy.
it was some guy.
Some guy
Just
was just
another
watching
patient.
me.
Yeah.
Wait, what? It wasn't
was-
somebody working there.
No.
It was just a guy.
They just picked some guy that was like also there for an appointment, and they said, "Can you watch this guy? Like make sure
You
he
were
gets his
struggling
contacts
that
in."
bad that they turned to strangers.
They just picked a random guy.
Yes.
They were like, I can't do this anymore.
Yes.
I didn't know that detail. That's amazing.
So he was there, and my mom was there, but he also I think he was an intern because he also when I asked him
So
like
it wasn't just some guy.
well because when I asked him for a paper towel, he went and got me a paper towel.
So he knew what he was doing.
yeah.
That or he's just
Professional.
kind.
Yeah, and
How else
like
did you know where the paper towels are?
The bathroom.
so anyway, it's getting on an hour, and my mom's getting mad at this point because she's like, just let us go home, like even though he can't put it in, like we'll learn or whatever because you know.
I thought you meant she was gonna be mad at you. Like, just put it in your eye.
No, I literally couldn't get it. Like, and so what happened was, I was holding my eye open like this for so long. Well,
You
I
gotta
didn't-
turn towards the camera when you do that.
Oh,
Like
Like
that.
but I didn't do that originally. Like I tried everything like this. You know, I was trying everything to get my eyes open.
I went two hands. I would.
go.
Well,
Originally, I'd go
I
two.
go.
Hands. Let's all do our contacts. There. Okay, Luke, you go first. That's how Luke does it. Yeah.
I feel like-
I go left pointer finger, and then you kind of like just hold them open
So
like that.
I do it the way that I know how to do it, and I'm like beautiful at it now. Is I just go like this. And
Wow,
then,
you go.
and then I grip it like this.
You go
You
opposite.
grip it like this?
Yes.
Between
You
your
don't
two
put
fingers.
it on one
You
finger.
put it
No.
on the tip. What?
No, I
grip it
I
like-
grab it.
How
out
do
of
you
my
put
eye.
it on your eye?
Oh, no, we're not talking about taking it out. We're talking about
Oh.
putting it in.
When you place it in,
Oh.
you hold your eye open with just two fingers from the same hand.
Well, I get my eyelashes out of the way,
Yeah.
Okay.
and then I go bang,
Oh, I go like
and
the
then
ring and middle
my
finger
pointer
of my
finger,
two
and I
hands.
just bang right in there.
Okay. Okay, so you don't put it in like this.
I take
That
it out
would be
like that.
really
I
hard.
thought we were talking about how we
Yeah,
put
yeah.
it in. And he
Oh.
goes like, it's like, how do you do that?
No, that's the
That
way
is
I figured it out.
impressive.
But anyway,
Okay.
back to the story. I was holding my arm up for so long that I pinched a nerve in my shoulder.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That I remember.
And this was right before basketball season was starting. I pinched a nerve in my shoulder and so the reason why I couldn't get it is because I couldn't feel my arm. And so when I went to go hold I kept trying to hold my eye open, and I would just go like this. And I couldn't get it because I couldn't feel my entire arm. It was all numb. So it was like if you have like a, you know, when your leg falls asleep or
Yeah.
something like, it was my whole arm was like that. So I was just trying to like get my like eye open, but I couldn't because I couldn't like, you know, open my eyelid. I didn't have any
Because your
feeling
arm
in
is
my
not
fingers.
supposed to be doing that for
Exactly.
an hour.
So yeah, my arm got really messed up, and I think it's just because like inside like my arm or like both arms, I think it's like it's just like tighter than normal or something.
Yeah.
So when I was doing that, it like closed it up and the circulation got cut off, and so yeah. Anyway, it hasn't happened since, which is good. It's because I haven't taken an hour to put my contacts in.
That's good.
I'm a pro now, but at the time, you know, I felt terrible because I wanted to just leave, and
Yeah.
they eventually let us leave even though I couldn't even get
You
it in.
didn't get it in?
No, I
There was-
didn't. I didn't, no. Well, I think I got it in once, but I couldn't repeat it. You have to like do it
You have
until
to do
you're
it like
consistent.
2 or 3 times.
Yeah. So, anyway,
I have
they
a
let us leave.
contact story.
Oh
What's
boy.
your
We're just the first 10 minutes of this episode is gonna be contact stories. All
So
right, fire away.
this was
Now, if you're in close contact with someone,
Oh
you
my
got
word.
quarantined.
Yeah. Luke's
This was-
contact stories are all from COVID.
No, they're not.
What is it?
This is
Tackle
pre-COVID.
football?
No, basketball. Actually,
His head made
Oh.
contact with a bat one time.
Oh yeah, that
Knocked him
contact.
out.
That did
was
happen.
his originally
Yeah.
coming on the podcast story.
So this was probably not even a week after I'd gotten contacts, probably like 2 or 3 days. And I played basketball, believe it or not. I used to play basketball. And so-
Dominant center.
Dominant.
dominant center.
They call him Shaquille O'Luke.
Sure. So I was playing a game and I'd gotten elbowed in the face in that game, which sucked, but whatever.
Pretty hard
And-
contact right there.
And I guess
That's nothing.
without me knowing, my contact had got knocked
Oh,
out.
no, that's my
But, like,
nightmare
wow.
actually when I'm
But
playing.
like that was like I'd really rarely ever worn contacts, so like I really wasn't sure what that kind of felt like. So I got home that night and I was taking my contacts out, and for like 30 minutes I was just digging at my left eye trying to take something out that wasn't there.
It's not.
And I kid you not, like it was so watery, it was so red, and it hurt so bad because I'm just like,
yeah,
I'm just trying to pull something out that's not there.
So you know what I do?
And it was so bad. And
I'm
then
not sure if you could have done this.
Eventually, my dad was like, "There's just nothing there."
Can you? This is what I do sometimes. Like if I don't know, I like just look, and if I can see clearly in the distance, because I'm like I can't see far. Yeah. If I can see clearly, I know it's in there. But if I can't, I know that's not there.
Again, that was before my experienced contact days.
Yeah.
I didn't pinch a nerve doing it.
Yeah, true. And my shoulder, you know. Oh, do you guys want to see this? I don't know if it's not there anymore. Anyway.
Wait, what?
Well, on the same shoulder, I went to the chiropractor because, you know, it's so tight all the time. And he did Graston on me. So it breaks up, up the tissue, but it also causes like some blood vessels to pop. So there was just like red, just like spots everywhere. But
nice.
it healed up. But
I love when my dad brings home the Graston and just like does it.
You're lucky. See, I have to go to the chiropractor. Like, have you ever experienced Graston?
I've not.
That'll be a fun YouTube.
I go to the chiropractor, but I have not experienced that.
It's just like they use a little tool thing and just
break
rub
all those
your
blood
arm.
Vessels.
Yep. Break up all the muscle tissue.
Should we start the episode?
Well, I have a contact story as well. Round it out. I'll keep it very short because this has gone way longer than I thought.
We'll triangle it
on
out.
contact
this isn't really
talk.
very round.
Okay. Yeah, it's a triangle. We're at a square table. There's really nothing round here. Basically, my last ever. It was my freshman year, and it was since I'm young for a freshman. I was able to try out for the high school baseball team and the 14U Hempfield level. Mm-hmm. And so at the 14U tryouts, my right contact, or was it my left? It was my left contact. So my right eye is the one that's worse, right? My left contact was like bothering me for the first like 10, 15 minutes. And I kept like blinking because that sometimes helps it get in the right spot. And it, similar to Luke's, fell out. And I was like, I'm not even going to bother trying to put it back in. It hasn't been working. I just didn't want it bothering me. Mm-hmm. So I just did tryouts with one contact in.
Wow. And baseball, you need to be able to see.
Yeah.
I think most sports you should
basketball freshman year, I couldn't see. Like, I just couldn't see the hoop. Like, from 3-point line.
It was like
bad.
Blurry?
Yeah, it was just blurry.
Wow.
I could still make it out generally, but I couldn't see the definition at all. Wow. So it really sucked.
And it was at that moment you knew you needed glasses?
Yes.
Or contacts?
Or maybe that was middle school. It was either 9th grade or middle school. I forget. But
there you go. Have you ever fallen asleep with your contacts? Have you ever forgotten to take them out?
I've taken a nap.
Slept.
I've also done a night. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I wake up
I've done that twice.
Wake up the next day and it's just like the driest thing in the world.
Oh,
and you're like,
I've done it once and it was so bad. It was awful.
Terrible.
Yeah, now even if I'm taking a nap and it's only going to be an hour, I still just take them out because
just make sure.
I'll wake up from that hour and they'll just be so dry.
Yeah. So that concludes contact talk. Did not expect that to go long as it did.
Not contact as in football contact, sports. It's a podcast.
Can we just address the fact that Owen's back?
Yeah, that's true. Owen's back.
He did not actually leave.
Time to get off topic.
Despite the fact that we said he
lied.
Left. I didn't lie.
Oh, yeah, Owen is back. Yeah.
You kind of lied.
I didn't lie.
You titled one episode, Owen is leaving.
Well,
technically
he went on vacation.
did leave.
Yeah, he left for vacation.
He went on a leave.
He was leaving for vacation.
I guess.
Leaving, it was very, like, I didn't say Owen is leaving the podcast. I just said Owen is leaving.
What did fall say when it was over and winter was coming?
Time for summer.
I'm gonna take a leave of absence.
Wow.
Get it? I just created that on my own right now because like autumn, there's leaves and stuff.
You're so funny.
One of my favorite ever play on words is if somebody like falls, you say "Have a nice trip. See you next fall."
That's
nice.
Another fall related pun. Yeah, the band is back together for episode 113. Should we get into the sports talk, considering this is all sports all the time?
Yeah, you're probably
I
right.
guess.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. All right, since all three of us are back together, it's time to bring back or
You
nuh-uh.
think if we do this fast enough all together in the middle, we could create a fire?
No.
Okay.
Well, it was worth a shot.
No, not really worth a shot. You can do it by yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, you do that while we go over the headlines
skin's coming
for this
off.
week. For any of you new listeners, or nuh-uh is a game based on if you ever listen or watch any type of sports talk show. The producers aren't exactly that creative in that pretty much every show has a game where they say headlines and then they are like it's two words that basically mean yes or no, but they rhyme, so it makes it cool.
Yay or nay?
Well, okay, that's a little more old-fashioned, but that's the original version of the
Exactly.
game. Yeah. Politics. So we, in a very
Owen or
creative
Nowen?
10 seconds.
Money?
Yoin or Nowen?
Funny or money? Or bunny?
Or honey?
Or runny?
Or gunny?
Or sunny?
Or... Ooh, that's a tough one.
Ah,
I
Parker
win!
wins.
Yes!
Wow. Gotcha. No, wait. So basically what we did was we came up with a very dumbed down version of that game. Super creative name, or nuh-uh. First headline, the Bears have themselves a quarterback controversy. They have Nick Foles, but for once he's not the one involved in the quarterback controversy. He's their third string guy. Andy Dalton is supposed to be the starter, but Justin Fields has looked very, very good
It didn't
in the
yes.
preseason.
Did you see that?
Until
Yes.
he
The hit?
got his head taken off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But he's still fine,
still
I think.
looked better than Dalton overall. So, will Dalton be the Bears starter after week 4?
Nuh-uh.
The Little League World Series has begun. It started a couple weeks ago, but the official tournament has begun. Unfortunately, not every team. It's only American teams in this year's Little League World Series. So, because it's lacking international talent, is this the worst Little League World Series?
I would argue that they're just all terrible. But that's just my
Of course
take.
you would.
I do like Big Mac, the guy who eats lots of hamburgers from Burger King. The guy's amazing.
Big Al?
No, Big Mac.
My name's Big Al and I hit dingers.
Oh yeah.
That was last year.
I thought he was saying how he hit the burgers.
Big Mac is honestly
how-
kind of a better nickname.
You know how some people say like, oh yeah, I just hit the gym, got a nice lift in. No, Big Mac says, I hit the burgers. I got a nice lift in, as in stomach lift, because it's making your stomach get huge. Yeah.
I've often heard the medical term a stomach lift
Exactly.
being used to describe someone's
A tummy
eating
tuck.
habits.
Yeah. And then you eat some of those Tums to make your stomach even bigger.
Tum, 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 tum,
Yeah.
And then you can play with Teletubbies just for fun.
Moving on.
How'd you get there? He went from Big Macs to Teletubbies seamlessly.
Thank you.
You just
It's like a Tesla. The design's
Wow.
super sleek.
okay. Parker's webs of logic are like a Tesla.
Yeah, I do like spiders.
Yes,
Their
they
webs are really nice.
The National League wildcard race is heating up. The Padres had a huge lead after the All-Star break, and they have collapsed horribly, while the Reds have made quite the push. I believe the Reds are a half game up as we're recording this. Will the Padres hold on and
Or come
finish
back
the regular
now?
season? Well, yeah. Will the Padres finish the regular season with the second wildcard spot?
Nuh-uh.
Just
There you go.
the color red.
Jamar Chase had
Best color.
3 drops in his
Bust.
first preseason
Bust.
performance.
He's a bust.
Parker did say
I called it.
Parker called
I
it.
have
Draft
I have footage of it.
Yes, you do.
And
we have the clips to
I'm
prove
telling you, I told you that he wasn't
Bust.
going to be as good as where he was drafted.
it. Yeah.
I told you that Devontae Smith is the best wide receiver in the draft.
And that was before the Eagles drafted him.
Oh
You
yeah,
said he was the
Yeah,
best.
it was, but originally,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so
It
I
wasn't biased.
No, so
So the question is, are you concerned about Jamar Chase?
I'm concerned.
and
I'm not
Parker would be,
concerned because I know he's going to be bad, and So I'm not concerned because if he's bad, that makes
Devonta Smith better.
yeah.
I'm also concerned because in the Cincinnati Bengals offense, you have Joe Burrow who's coming back. Joe Burrow was really good, but now he just his knee got completely torn apart. Like,
And he still doesn't have an O-line.
and so he still doesn't have an O-line, right? They drafted Jamar Chase over Sewell or whatever. And so he's also got to compete for targets, Jamar Chase does, with T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd. Both of those guys are really good.
They
So
are.
I don't know if there's going to be enough to go around where his rookie season is going to be like super outstanding.
I saw this video. It was basically them taking all the NFL awards and listing them it was like comeback player of the year, MVP, rookie of the year, defensive player of the year, offensive player of the year. And I would say from what I saw it could be pretty accurate to an extent.
That I would hope it would be.
Yeah.
Accurate. They
But,
were
like,
trying
no.
to make it accurate.
I
yeah.
never it's the first time I'd seen someone do all of them. I know
okay.
people all the time say, "Oh, this person's going to be the MVP," but
Mhm.
it was a video designed around it, with elaborations and explanations.
Okay,
It was a cool
okay.
video. That's kind of where I was going with that.
Nice. Should we put the link to that in the description? Or just
No,
how-
just
just
throwing that out
Luke
there.
watched the video. And it was good.
Luke
Yeah, it was a
watched
good
the
video.
video and it was good. I also watched the
Oh
video.
man.
It was about Geometry Dash.
Oh, my
But that
word.
we talked about that earlier.
Okay.
We don't need to go back.
The NFL season is
You know,
approaching.
You can speedrun Geometry Dash.
You said that like it was some impressive thing that we'd be so psyched that you told us that. Like it was some secret that we'd be like, wow.
Parker watches
You can
Geometry
do
Dash
that?
speedrunning videos.
Oh my word.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that awesome?
No,
Oh,
not really.
it's okay.
Not
I'll forgive you.
No, man.
You know, you
watching Geometry Dash videos is probably not that awesome. No, to be honest.
It's good.
The NFL season is almost upon us, and as you guys know,
I'm
we have a
excited.
game. We're all excited.
I'm
It's gonna be
excited.
very
No,
exciting.
September
I'm
12th. Who's ready for September 12th?
I am.
We won't be home, but that's okay.
Or isn't it September 9th, like the first game?
Because it's a Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday night.
No,
game.
no, I meant first Eagles game.
Yeah,
Mm.
first Eagles game. Yeah.
Parker,
bring it in, bring
we
it in.
won't be home.
Wait, what?
Me and Parker will be at Fowler
Do you
Street.
think we can stream
Wow.
it? Or we can stream it.
From our phones.
Like mid worship, we're just.
That's terrible. You go like this, and people think you're like worshiping. It's like, no, they scored a touchdown.
that is so
Oh
horrible.
my gosh, that's amazing. That
That's
might be the
terrible.
best joke.
No,
I've
we
ever
might
heard.
actually be on the bus ride home because the
Oh
game's
my
at 1
word.
o'clock. We'll usually leave around noonish.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So
you're
we'll be
right.
on the bus ride home. So.
Oh, so that's even
Yeah.
perfecter.
So you guys are gonna
Victor.
miss the pregame podcast. I remember
Aw.
last year we did a pregame
You're right.
show. We were all wearing our Eagles stuff, and we were like,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
this season's gonna be awesome. We recorded
Oh,
the podcast,
No, it's good.
and then we
jinxed
went
it.
and
won't
watched the
jinx it
Eagles
this
game,
time.
and then they got beat.
And then
We
second
won't jinx
game,
it
going
this
to the
time.
game.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
I gotta try and go to one. I don't know if I'll be able to.
Yeah, we'll
I-
see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll
Work
see.
on it.
We'll work on it.
Yeah, we're going to a
I
Phillies
probably
game.
won't be
in,
buying
like,
more
4
Parking
Eagles
weeks, but
is $40, Luke. $40 to
It's a
park.
football game. Yeah, football's pretty popular.
Oh my gosh, they ripped us off. They
Yeah.
ripped us off. Oh, yeah, me and Luke had $20 each just for parking. That was the same cost as the tickets.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that, turns out the NFL's really making a lot
No,
of money,
if
you
we
know?
just park like at
That-
some restaurant like a mile away
Mhm.
and then walk.
Oh,
a
it's
mile,
worth the walk.
It's so worth the
It'd
walk.
be worth the walk.
That's the strat.
Yeah,
But we have to find a place that won't like steal our car. Yeah.
That's also a good strategy.
Like,
yeah.
take a car for parts.
We're just like
I am going to
Uber.
turn the computer because I was trying to do a transition, but then we got off topic. Basically, we play a game called. You guys can flip it back and forth. Just don't show me the screen.
Oh, okay.
We're
I'll
gonna
leave
play. We have a game that we play called "What's Your Number?" Because somehow,
Hmm.
for some reason, I like subconsciously know a ton of players' numbers in
Ah.
sports, jersey numbers, not phone numbers. Parker and Luke.
What are you doing?
What?
it logged out.
What'd you do?
I didn't know anything.
So Parker and Luke are going to take turns. You can pick whatever players are on this list. It's just a list of NFL players that changed. It probably has their original number, or does it just have their new
It
number?
has both of them.
Okay, so do you want me to just guess what number they changed to, or both? Because
Both.
what number they changed to, it's not that hard to guess. It's literally just 1 through 9 because it's a single-digit number that they
Both.
changed to.
Both.
So I can guess both. But yeah, it's really going to mess with me this year because I have to remember some guys' numbers.
And it's perfect for me because I don't have to remember anything. I'll just
There's
learn
nothing
things.
there.
Okay.
Yeah.
For example, Alvin Kamara was on your fantasy team last year. You were really locked into what he was doing. Do you know what number he wears?
6.
Now,
Because
11.
wait, does he actually?
he switched to 6.
I
he
just
used to
said
wear
that
11.
because he scored 6
Wow.
touchdowns on Christmas.
Yeah,
so-
no, he switched to 6. That was great.
Is that why he switched?
Maybe.
And then he used to
I
wear
think
11,
he wore it
right?
in college. No, he wore 41.
Oh.
You got the second
Oh,
half
I'm number
of it.
41. I should
Yeah.
know that.
Wow.
I literally didn't even know that it was 6.
That was awesome.
yes.
Good start to the game.
I'll start you.
All right.
Atlanta Falcons, wide receiver Russell Gage.
Oh, Russell Gage.
Parker,
He's an
no, you're not
underrated.
answering.
Russell Gage is a fantasy
No,
sleeper.
yeah,
Yes.
fantasy
he is.
sleeper.
We're getting
So-
into
I love
fantasy
Russell
football talk
Gage.
at the end of this episode. Russell Gage,
I picked
deep
him up
sleeper.
last year off of waivers. He got
Yeah.
me
Oh,
good
that
points.
guy's awesome. With
Definitely a
Julio
sleeper.
gone, like my
When
man.
Julio was injured,
Yeah.
he was doing really well, and then Julio came back, so Ridley and Julio were getting all the targets. But
Yeah.
he was definitely.
But
really good.
now with Julio
Yeah.
gone, it's gonna
He'll
be
be the-
Ridley, and then they throw
Gage.
so much in that offense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be Ridley and then Pitts, but then Russell Gage
Yeah.
is the 3. Anyway, we'll get into our overrated and underrated fantasy football wide receivers soon. But Russell Gage used to wear 83.
Correct.
He switched to 1.
That is incorrect.
What did he switch to?
14.
Oh, it's not even single digit. Wow.
That's why I picked
Okay,
that one because
nice,
I know you
nice.
said 1 through 9.
That's
so I'm
fair.
like, well,
Okay. He's the guy who didn't switch to single digits. Wow. All right.
Okay.
I respect it, Luke. That was good. That was
playing the
good.
game.
All right, we're gonna
Wow.
go wide receiver Marquis Brown, previously number 5.
Why would you say that?
Oh.
Previously number 5.
Oh shoot!
He switched to number 5 then.
Oh shoot!
Wow, he messed it up first try.
It's not that hard.
Hollywood Brown used to wear number 15, and I guess he switched to 5,
All right,
so
well,
that's
sorry,
easy.
I messed it
Take
up.
off the 1.
I messed it up.
Wow.
Really?
Killing it, Parker.
Okay. Robert Woods, the guy I love for
Oh.
fantasy. That's why I
Oh,
picked him.
I know this one because he and Jalen Ramsey were fighting over this number. He used to wear 17. Robert Woods, also kind of an underrated fantasy wide receiver. Luke hates him.
I
but
love him.
Great
I
pickup
used
in
to
like
hate
the
him.
4th round.
I used to hate him. I love
You've
him.
come
now.
around? Nice,
I've come
yeah.
around to him.
He wore number 17.
I might have to draft him.
He
this year.
got number 2. Jalen Ramsey wanted number 2, but instead Jalen Ramsey got number 5.
False. You were actually all 100% correct. I don't know how that like relates at all, but sometimes you just say stuff and it does relate.
For the Miami Dolphins, we've got the wide receiver
Mimi.
William
Fuller. I love
the
Will
fifth.
Fuller.
Mm.
The guy gets injured all the time, though.
He does. He used to wear 15,
Correct.
and he changed it to, let's say he pulled Marquise Brown and he changed it to 5.
That is incorrect. If you would have used Parker math and divided it by 5, you would get number 3, and that would be his number.
You gotta use Parker's
my
strat.
bad.
Parker's
My bad.
strat is the best strat.
Okay. Also, it makes sense because he's Will Fuller the 5th, so if he wore number 5, but no, he went with 3.
no, you're right,
So
yeah.
it got failed by Will Fuller, really. He should have capitalized on that, and he could have literally just done Fuller 5, and he wouldn't need the V because it means the same thing.
You know Darius Slays, right?
Yeah, Darius
alright,
Slay
yeah.
changed to number 2.
I thought so. That doesn't count.
Yeah. And
All
Hurts
right.
changed to 1.
Center back.
Hurts changed to 1. He was 2, and
Yeah.
he's 1 now.
Cornerback. Akello Witherspoon.
Oh my word. Who is that?
Seattle Seahawks cornerback. I think
What?
that's Ahkello. Akello Witherspoon.
Well-
Previously number 23, as in LeBron.
Oh,
What
you
number
just
is
gave
he
me the
now?
previous. Okay. Previously number 23.
Oh, I
Dude,
forgot.
oh my
Wow,
gosh,
dude,
you
you're
are
really messing
so
this
bad
up.
at this.
He changed to number 2 as well, just like Darius Slay.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, he actually
Wow.
did. Look, number 2.
Let's go.
Stop showing all the things.
All right.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
you can't show me any Seahawks ones now. All right. Nice. Thanks for asking me about Darius Slay, so that was in my head.
Well,
Worked out.
I thought there could be a correlation. I didn't know if like you would think about it.
Yeah. You want to do one more each?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Los Angeles Rams, Mr. Deacine Hawkinson.
What? I don't know who this guy is.
Do you know who that is?
No. Dayaseen Hawkinson?
Oh, sorry, Deshaun Jackson.
Oh,
my
well.
Is that on purpose?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know Deshaun Jackson was on the Rams.
Yeah, he used to wear number 10, but now he wears number 1.
Boom!
Interesting.
He switched to 1, which really suits Deshaun Jackson well. He looks
yeah.
much faster wearing number 1.
Agreed.
Well, he might
And
he might steal targets from Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp and Tyler Higbee.
Just deep shots.
Yeah, just the occasional
Well,
deep
but
shot.
those
Until he
get
gets
you a lot of
injured.
fantasy points.
Yeah.
Until he gets injured.
It's inconsistent. And yeah, he'll steal targets from him for 3 weeks
Yeah.
and then he'll hurt his knee.
Do you know Julio Jones's? If you do,
You'll have to ask me. I'm not telling you if I know it.
I know it.
I know all of them. Parker.
All right, I'm
Just
not doing
assume
all.
I know them all.
we're gonna do linebacker Isaiah Simmons, a bust theoretically
So far.
in his first season. Previously, his number was,
48.
and now his number is.
Right? It was 40. Okay.
Yeah.
It was 48. In college, he wore number 9, so I'll say he switched it to 9.
He didn't. He switched it to number 99. I didn't know that was even legal, but
Wow.
number 9.
That's number. Okay.
But
Parker.
if you subtract the other 9, you get 9.
It says 9.
So good job.
It
You got
says
it.
9.
You got it correct.
Thank you, Parker. Also, I did know Julio. He switched from 11 to 2.
Yeah, I knew you know.
Because
He
now
did.
it's instead of 11, it's 1 plus 1.
Yeah, he did. He stole Luke's jersey idea last year when Jalen Hurts had his big game against the Packers. Luke took his Wentz jersey, put 1 plus 1.
If you
and
go
it was
follow us
2.
on Instagram, you can go look and see that post.
One of our better posts for sure.
Yeah.
Luke is involved in, I think, my 2 favorite Instagram posts we've ever had. One being that jersey, and then 2 being a side-by-side of you attempting a 20-yard field goal and Jake Elliott attempting a
Yeah.
21-yard field goal
And then
and
you
you clanking it and
exact
him
same.
clanking it. Those were 2 of
That
our
was a
best
great
ones.
post.
Oh,
Speaking of being the best, JG Graybill. Parker, you want to tell the people about this?
JG
episode
Grable is a
sponsor.
small family-owned and operated
Every
company
episode
dedicated
sponsor.
to doing whatever you want.
You
plumbing
always say
related.
that. There we go.
They're kind
They
of
plumb your
amazing
pipes,
people.
they plumb your pipes, they fix your water, and they plumb your pipes. J.G. Graybill, the family-owned and operated company.
Visit their website at www.jggrable.com or call them at 717-768-3276. You heard me right. That's 717-768-3276. And if you mention all sports all the time, you will get $25 off your purchase of anything that you buy at
this
JG
commercial
Grable.
voice. That was great.
J.G. Graybill, J.G. Graybill, they plumb your pipes, they plumb your pipes. J.G. Graybill, they fix your water, and they plumb your pipes.
With that $25, you can buy what you would like to call an item. What item will we be buying today?
We'll be buying the track to J.G. Graybill, J.G.
Oh, my
Graybill,
word.
They plumb your pipes, they plumb your pipes.
You're really
J.G.
trying to get this
Graybill,
off
they
the
fix
ground.
your pipes. Fix your wife.
He's dedicated to
They
this
fix
bit.
your wife.
Oh.
I mean, there was an episode where we came up with
Wife
Christmas
carrying.
carols for JG Graybill.
Yeah.
Those, let's just say those were a little better than they plumb your pipes, they fix your wife.
Yeah, they
We're
were.
gonna go out on a limb there.
Well, why did you shut it down?
I didn't try to. I don't know what.
Owen.
Dude, my
Owen.
Why do you
computer's
use
being
Safari? Chrome is so much
weird.
better.
Time for the Atlantic League update.
Da, 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 da.
We're in a bit of a pickle
Runt.
here because we're in a bit of a runt.
Well, why can you say we're in a bit of a pickle, but you can't say it for any other word? We're in a bit of a Christmas. We're not
in a bit of a
We're in a
Christmas.
bit of a score.
We're in a bit of a pickle here because
We're in a bit of a cucumber.
the way the Atlantic League website shows their standings is split up by first half and second half.
Oh,
So you can't-
I can't do math.
you
man.
can't
School
see-
starts Tuesday.
I know.
I'm not doing math right now.
You can't see a team's total wins. You just see their first half win total and their second half win total. So we're going to go by second half win totals because the Lancaster Barnstormers, if you're only taking in the second half, are in first place, baby. Now, they're not really in first place because this is just second half standings, but they've lost 2 in a row and are still 8-6 atop the North Division, followed by the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, Long Island Ducks, and the York Revolution, an atrocious 4-11 in the second half.
Well, that
And
is
then-
unfortunato.
In the South, the team that I knew all along would be amazing, they finally hit their stride. The Gastonia Honey Hunters,
Yeah, but they're still
11-6. Yeah.
First
11-6. Now, they were 27-31 in the first half, but they're over 500 now. They're really hitting their stride. They're way behind the Lexington Legends still. But Lexington Legends with a strong push at the end of the first half, the team that Luke, for some reason, backs,
I did it.
took over first place
You know, I'm just gonna own it.
in the South
They're
Division.
my babies.
It's
And
because
then-
it starts with an L.
Yeah. They had that high point where the Lexington Legends finally passed
The High Point Honey.
the Rockers, and they got to first. They got to first place, and then since then they've gone 5-10 in the second half. Worst
They're on a
in the
one-game
South.
win streak.
They are. Yes.
That is a big streak.
Yep. Quite the momentum swing for the Legends.
Second biggest in the whole Atlantic League.
Yep. Tied with the Long Island Ducks. So good for the Gastonia Honey Hunters. The High Point Rockers, though, right behind them, they are 10-6, only a half game back. Good for the Barnstormers. 8-6, the only team in the North with a winning record. They finished exactly 500 in the first half. So the Barnstormers on pace to make the playoffs. They're in
Yes, sir.
position. We should go to a Barnstormers playoff game if they make it.
Yeah.
We said
should
we
go
were
to
going to
a
go to one
Barnstormer
over the
game
summer, and we never
regardless.
did.
Yeah.
I went to one.
We didn't. Parker did.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm superior, but
The plan this summer was to go to a Barnstormers game and a Phillies game, and neither of them happened over the summer.
We got to an Eagles game though.
yeah, Eagles.
The one non-summer sport. Wow. Amazing how that works. But we will be going to a Phillies game, and maybe we'll go to a Barnstormers
And
game
maybe
too.
we'll park like an hour away, so we don't have to like pay for parking.
I don't think baseball parking costs as much though.
It costs
No, it
$20.
Yeah.
20.
Yeah.
So what that
It's
brewery
not
is,
as
that's
bad.
like $7.
Yeah. Also, I already paid
No,
for
actually,
it, so
it's
we're
$6.33.
we have to park
Okay,
there.
well-
Oh, okay. If you already
So,
paid for it.
Yeah.
Did we
it was
already pay you
prepaid.
for it?
Um,
I've paid you. Remember I
don't-
paid you?
Did you pay me for the Phillies game?
I
Yeah,
didn't pay
I
you.
did.
I
Oh,
saw
Luke
you.
didn't.
Oh yeah, Parker did because I got an email from David Wolf, and I was like, wait, what? But it was
It was
No.
me.
it was Parker in disguise.
Sorry about that.
I just don't have cash.
Well, that's not always a bad thing, as we know from Parker's wallet experience.
True.
We have 2 more segments, both of which I'm very excited for, but we're gonna have to keep them a bit brief because we've already been going for like an hour. I'm gonna cut out some of it, but
when you're
um,
going on vacation, you know what you carry?
oh my word, light.
A briefcase.
You carry light. Okay, that was bad.
Ah.
We are the last episode I was on. Parker and I discussed our overrated and underrated fantasy football quarterbacks, and then
Me and Parker did our overrated and
Parker-
underrated running backs.
Running backs.
and
now
now it's time for
overrated, underrated,
tight end.
Wide
No, I'm
receivers.
kidding. Wide receivers.
wide receiver. Yeah, I was
Oh,
good.
I thought we were gonna do kickers.
No, I don't think we're even going to discuss kickers.
Young Hao Ku. We need him.
Young Hay.
Nobody cares about kickers. I wouldn't even recommend drafting a kicker in your fantasy league. I would rather take like a
True.
7th wide receiver than take a kicker.
But I
You
think-
can waiver wire them.
True, you can. But like the thing, I mean, or take it in the last round, whatever you
Or
want.
dead last. Yeah. You can do that. So yeah, this is the first time we're doing overrated, underrated with all 3 of us. Our big fantasy football extravaganza episode is the next episode because we'll be
We
talking
got
all about
an
fantasy
interview.
football. We have an interview and we
With
have
the fantasy football expert.
well, it'd be weird if it was the fantasy football episode and we didn't have a fantasy. Anyway, yeah, we have the interview. We're going to be talking about fantasy football all episode, and we will have our fantasy football draft for the Low Expectations League. It's going to be exciting.
You're going down, baby.
Oh, my word.
I'm prepared
Parker's
so much.
going to be talking
I still-
about.
You know what
his-
I've been doing, researching? So I'm drafting 12.
Mhm.
But since there's a keeper league, it's technically like I'm drafting first.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking up all the strats for drafting
Kind
first.
of?
No, it is. It is.
barely.
It is kind of.
Yeah,
I guess.
So basically, like I got Christian McCaffrey. Like I'm
No.
just insane.
No, you do have Alvin Kamara, which is nice.
Which is
but
nice.
yeah.
Running back 1 last year.
Mhm.
Gonna be running back 1 again. I don't know why Christian McCaffrey is this hype. He's got a new QB. Sam Darnold might not even throw to him at all. Like who cares about Christian McCaffrey? He does. It's not like he gets 1,000 yards receiving and 1,000 yards rushing.
Do you want to say it to the camera right now? Christian McCaffrey will not be a top 10 fantasy running back.
I should have said that last year. No, I can't say it this year.
Okay. All right, wide receivers. We have the
Can I
ESPN
go first?
list pulled up. Do you guys want to do overrated or underrated first?
Let's start
I was
bad.
gonna go overrated.
Overrated. All right, Luke. Give it to
Number
us.
1. Where is he?
No.
Adam Thielen.
Ah.
Overrated. Adam Thielen.
Okay.
I've always
ESPN
been,
has him ranked 16th.
I know, and while that's still not obviously top 10, I think, I mean, you've got guys like Chris Godwin and Tyler Lockett behind him, and I've always been low on Adam Thielen. I've never drafted him I've just something about him. He looks weird. He looks
Wait,
weird.
whoa! You're just
That's
No.
great
you're attacking his
analysis.
looks, and that's
No.
why he's not going to be good.
I
So
honestly,
Travis Kelce shaved his beard.
Okay,
and he
that
looks,
was so bad.
and he
I'm
looks
sorry.
weird, so therefore he's not going to be good.
Correct.
Wow.
The beard was his power.
All right, don't draft him.
No, but Adam Thielen is getting older.
No, I
kinda
do
harsh.
agree. Yeah, he's getting
He
on the
doesn't-
older side,
He
and
looks weird.
the Vikings just aren't great at the pass game to begin
Oh, my
with
word.
right now, and I just
Even though Justin Jefferson's insane.
well, yeah, but he's definitely better than him. But,
That's true. He
but
will
then
take up
I don't
targets.
like how they have guys like Chris Godwin and Tyler Lockett, who I think are solid wide receivers, are below him. I think they should both be top 15.
All right. Parker, do you want to go next?
Sure, I'll go next. So I'm going to do a wide receiver room, as in 3 wide receivers.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the 3 Steelers wide receivers.
Oh, I was gonna do this, but I'm so I agree with you.
Okay,
I
okay.
completely
I agree
All
with
right,
you.
so in case you're wondering,
Yes.
19th overall, 41 in ADP is Deontay Johnson. Then you go down a little bit, and you got 59th overall in ADP, Juju Smith-Schuster. And then you go down a little bit more, and you got 66th ADP, Chase Claypool. So number 1, there's 3 of them. Big Ben spreads the ball around all the time, so there's going to be less targets to go around for all 3 of them. On top of that, they got Najee Harris. Mike Tomlin has proven that he likes to be in a system where there's a workhorse running back. So Najee Harris is going to steal a ton of work on the ground, moving the ball via the ground and not passing to the wide receivers. Yeah. And then, again, it's like, if I had to pick one, it'd probably just be Chase Claypool since he's the lowest.
Yep.
But
Agree on that too.
Juju proved last year that he's like not very good, and I don't think he should be ranked this high. So he's definitely
You've
overrated.
definitely seen it though in the last couple of years, just how, like, with different wide receivers, they're starting to decline, especially on the Steelers. And you can even see the decline in Big Ben and how he's not the same that he used to be.
Yeah,
when they
Big
won
Ben
their
worries
Super
me.
Bowls.
He definitely
Yeah.
worries me. And Deontay Johnson is just way too high at that ADP. Like, I just don't see the value there. So there you go.
Yeah,
I completely
agree with that. I'm very low on almost everything Steelers this year.
If they fall like super low, which I don't think they will, since I think some people will be drafting in
We
our
have
draft
2
based on.
Steelers fans in our league,
Yeah.
so I think we'll just let them take the Steelers guys.
Yeah.
And
But
we'll
if
be
they
fine
fall
with that.
super low, I don't mind grabbing them. But they need to fall really low for me. So.
Yeah. To add on to that really quick, I think their stats got inflated last year a bit because the Steelers were throwing the ball a ridiculous amount.
because they didn't have a running game.
Yep, I think that was an outlier. I think that they've been pretty clear
Agreed.
in the fact that they're going to be running the ball a lot
Le'Veon
this
Bell
year.
in the past, like they had.
Yeah, they
like,
spent
Mike
a lot
Tomlin
of draft
loves that.
capital on Najee Harris. So,
Yep.
that was a good call, Parker. My overrated wide receiver, I'm gonna kind of go the same route as Parker here. It's all the Cincinnati wide receivers. Now, I think the Cincinnati offense is going to be really good. I think that they have 3 great wide receivers, but the problem is they have 3 great wide receivers for Joe Burrow to throw to, and I think he's going to spread it out pretty evenly. And I'm not going to credit myself for this, but I was listening to a podcast on fantasy football where they were talking about the success rates of groups of where teams that have 3 elite wide receivers, and almost pretty much never 2 out of the 3 of them reach their expected ranking, and about 50% of the time one of them gets there. So the odds aren't good when you're taking wide receivers from a team with a big 3 like the Steelers, like the Bengals.
Well, and can I also bring up the defenses that they have to play twice? The Steelers defense, very good. Browns defense, really, really good.
So good.
And Baltimore defense, really good.
Yeah.
So
that's
it's
true.
such a tough division, and that goes also for the Steelers as well because they also have to play the Browns and the Ravens.
Yeah. So I would say all 3 of the Bengals wide receivers, again, if you really love one of them, sure, take a shot on him. But I think that all of them are a little bit overrated just because they're going to kind of dilute each other.
Yeah.
Just to give away a little bit of my draft strategy, I'm not big on taking any wide receivers on the Bucks, the Steelers, the Bengals, and there's another team that has 3 really good wide receivers. Because
the Dolphins.
all of
I don't
yeah.
want to take anybody on the Dolphins.
The Dolphins
Yeah.
have 3 really good wide receivers because the work is going to get spread out. I would
Exactly.
rather take a 1 on a worse team than a 2 or 3 on a
Just
better
get
team.
all the targets, yeah.
Except for the Cowboys. I would take any of the 3 wide receivers on the Cowboys because their offense is just in a different stratosphere.
It is. With Dak at the QB, it's like
Yeah.
just crazy.
I don't care that they have
Like,
3 wide receivers there.
Michael
They're fine.
Gallup, I was like, he's probably going to leave after this season
Yeah.
because it's his last year.
Yeah, you
he's
said
going to
this.
be like a wide receiver 1 on another team.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's a wide receiver 3
on this team. It's
Like CeeDee Lamb and
absolutely
Amari
crazy.
It's
Cooper are
ridiculous.
just another level. Those guys are crazy.
Yeah, so take any of them.
If Dak's healthy, then that team's just
Yeah.
going to be like on another level offensively. Now, defensively is another story.
Big question.
But we don't care about that for fantasy.
It's going to be entertaining.
Are we
Exactly.
going underrated now?
Yes,
Which
underrated
makes
wide
it
receiver, Luke.
Bad defense is even better for fantasy.
True. Well, unless you have the
Unless
Cowboys
you have
defense.
the running back. Or the Cowboys defense.
Yeah, that's
Corey
true.
Davis.
Corey Davis,
The New York
underrated.
Jets. Corey Davis.
Okay.
Now, I don't know how he's going to perform this year because everyone crazy about Zach Wilson hasn't really performed great or anything. He's been average, I'd say. Average at best. So maybe this is a bad underrated pick, but from what I saw last year, I picked him up off waivers about halfway through the season.
I had dropped him from my team.
Yeah. But between him and AJ Brown, they were splitting the targets very, very well and very consistently on the Titans last year, and he was racking up quite a bit of points per week. I'd say 15 to 20 points per week, and for where he's rated, what was his ADP in this?
He's
just lost
91st in
Yeah.
ESPN. He's the 48th ranked wide receiver.
Yeah, I think
So that's like last 3 rounds of your draft.
Yeah, I
snag him.
I definitely think based on his performance last year, he should be higher. Maybe this year. And then if Zach Wilson proves to be a better quarterback than he's shown so far, I definitely think this can jump up even further. But I guess it depends on...
A lot of it hinges
Zach
on
Wilson.
how good Zach
Yeah.
Wilson is. But that's a good juxtaposition between, the 3-headed monster wide receivers and then Corey Davis. Who's going to compete with him for targets in the Jets offense? He's the clear number 1. He just got paid.
He performed
So if
very
nothing
well.
else-
He performed very well last year alongside AJ Brown, who is
Yeah.
clear cut better. Like he was ranked a lot higher than him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you see what happens when he's a number 1.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go a little bit higher up. I'm going to go on a guy that's underrated. I'm going to go that's ranked outside the top 10 that can jump, that I can see a path to the top 5 wide receiver. And that's Allen Robinson.
Oh,
The
completely.
Chicago
Perpetually
Bears.
underrated.
He's always, every single year, he's underrated. And I didn't, know this, a ton, right? Because I also thought, this guy isn't good. Until last season, when I, actually had him properly rated. I obviously wasn't on my team or anything, but the guy is a stud.
Yeah.
And now with the QB situation, you got Justin Fields probably taking over sometime during the season, and you have no other wide receiver that's remotely good. I'm seeing underrated for what's his name? He's down here. The second Oh, okay, I can't find it. But whatever the
The
second...
Bears' number 2 wide receiver
Bears
is
number
Darnell
2.
Mooney.
Darnell Mooney. I'm seeing everybody
Yeah.
being crazy about Darnell Mooney.
Yeah.
Like,
Darnell Mooney is a good sleeper,
exactly.
but
he's
he's a
he's-
deep
With
sleeper.
Allen Robinson.
He's not going to
Yeah.
steal targets from anybody. Allen Robinson is literally the only guy in that
Yeah.
offense. And with Justin Fields, or Andy Dalton is actually a lot better than Nick Foles was last year. Or whoever was starting
Trubisky.
for them. Trubisky. So much better than them.
How about that though? Trubisky.
So
blocking
all
the
I'm
Bears
saying
on the
is
Bills.
he's going to get
That
so
was
much volume.
Yeah.
They're playing really, the Vikings are probably going to be better. The Lions,
No.
But the Packers better. So they're going to be having to throw the ball to keep up with those offenses. So I really like Allen Robinson.
That's a good one.
I agree.
That's a good one. He's always... Because, you think of the Bears' offense, and you don't think of it as being a good offense,
But
ever.
he's always
You always
been
think
good.
of defense, but
Yeah.
Every year
he's their
he's
guy.
good. Yeah.
I wish we did fantasy drafts. I know you can do this, but we should draft defensive positions too.
Like, specific defensive players?
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be a fun draft.
Yeah.
It would make defense matter a lot more.
Yeah.
Aaron Donald would probably be ranked pretty high.
Number 1, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, depending on how you do the stats. Yeah, that would be... We'll have to look into that. We could do, our own league. Anyway.
I think that'd have to be something separate for people who
Yeah.
are a lot more into
You have-
football and stuff.
You have to know a lot more.
And even I don't think I would know enough to do really well with it. But
Yeah, no.
I think it'd still be fun to try out sometime.
Yeah, experimental league. My underrated wide receiver is ranked number 31 right now by ESPN. 65th
Ooh, yes, I love this guy.
ADP,
Ooh.
Yeah,
Jerry
I agree.
Judy.
I love this guy too. Yeah.
He's technically the number 2 on
What
the
a weird
Broncos.
name.
It is kind of a weird name.
Your last name's Judy. Why?
Cortland.
Jerry.
Whoa, that was aggressive.
Cortland Sutton has had. He's had injuries recently, super recently.
That's why. Jerry Judy is technically the number 2, but really he's the number 1 right now because, Cortland Sutton has been struggling with his health. So right now, Judy's been getting the most reps with whoever the quarterback is.
Yeah.
Drew Lock
That's the only
or
downside.
Teddy Bridgewater. Yeah, he'd be a lot higher if they had a good quarterback.
Well, and you see all these stats of guys going into their second year, especially at the wide receiver position, the jumps that they can take.
Yeah.
Jerry Judy's one of those guys that's lined up for a lot of volume and can take a big leap this coming season.
That is why CeeDee Lamb is ranked 12th because
Yeah.
everybody's projecting that second year jump because that does tend to happen with wide receivers. Jerry Judy is basically like a discount version of CeeDee Lamb,
Yeah,
projection-wise.
exactly.
So that was wide receivers. Again, fantasy football. I'm going to keep calling it extravaganza because I like that word. Coming next week, I'm really excited for that episode. That's
Me too.
always one of our favorite episodes, and we've got an interview this year, and then we've got the draft. It's gonna be great.
I have a question.
Very exciting.
I saw this guy who I was watching this video with. He was like kind of elaborating on different players and stuff, and he said Jonathan Taylor is going to be a bust. What do you guys think about that?
Wow. No, I think Jonathan Taylor is underrated.
I like Jonathan Taylor.
I do too.
Yeah, because a lot of people are like, well, he didn't play a ton last year. He might not catch as many passes as you would think, and we're in a PPR league, so catches are pretty valuable. But I think the Colts in general are being slept on this year. If Carson Wentz is even decent, the whole team is going to be really good. They've got a strong offensive line. And so I think Jonathan Taylor is going to be really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll probably be good. There is some risk because he's still young,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think overall he's probably going to be pretty good, in my opinion. Now, I don't know if he'll
I feel
be...
like running backs second years are where they always get injured.
Is it? I
don't
don't know.
No,
I haven't
no.
looked into that.
Usually,
Third,
so
fourth?
usually you like guys in their second year, guys.
Yeah.
For running backs, you just want them to be like under like 26.
Yeah.
If they're under,
That's true. Yeah.
They're
because
fine,
if
yeah.
they turn 27, there's like or
They're-
28. As soon as they start getting older and
That's
older,
when they decline.
their
Yeah.
lifespan is super.
Well,
short.
that's what's amazing about
Nice,
Derrick
man.
Henry.
Are they
is
dying?
Derrick Henry is 27 or 28.
Yeah.
Well, their careers are dying,
Yeah,
yes.
I know what you mean. Park's out here killing running backs.
That's what makes Derrick Henry so impressive. Football has been killing running backs for a very long time. Well, we've been doing this episode for quite a while. There's not a ton of time left.
How about one more minute?
We've only got like a minute or two. What do you guys think we should do?
I think we should do a Marvel minute.
I love that.
Sure.
idea.
Let's do that. How about
Oh,
this?
new
Just
segment,
spitballing
man.
here. Why don't you guys take out your phones and set timers, 1 minute each. That
Okay.
way we can call it Marvel Minute. No way!
I bought that
Wow,
ringtone.
he started-
You bought it?
Oh
That's
my
awesome.
word! You paid. Okay.
Yes, I did pay $1.19 for that.
I don't like how this segment is starting.
Ready?
All right, this
Wait,
is
we gotta figure out who's
Marvel
starting.
Minute.
I think you should start.
Okay, I'll start.
Parker will hit his
Here, put your
timer.
phone
He
down
gets
so
to
I can
talk.
see it.
It's basically like chess timers. You talk, you hit it, and they each have a 1 minute time slot to discuss as much Marvel as they can. Go.
So, What If came out the second episode came out on Wednesday, and it was awesome. I loved how, what's his name? T'Challa as Star-Lord changed Thanos' mind about destroying the universe.
Spoiler alert.
And, oh yeah, spoiler alert. And instead of just killing half the people, he allotted resources and was like Robin Hood, stealing from the rich and giving to the poor.
Wow, 25
Yeah,
seconds.
I agree. I think the Thanos thing really caught me off guard. I was like, what
Yeah, that
just
was
happened? And I think it was just a good episode. I liked how we got to see Yondu helping fight the dudes on the planet when he stole the Power Stone. That was really good.
Yeah, I liked how Gamora, Nebula. I'm sorry. Owen, stop. I liked how Nebula was like, it was like a triple cross, and like in that scene, and like we didn't even know what was happening. I thought Nebula like turned bad, but she was actually really good.
I was encouraging you to go faster.
Drax's family is still alive because Thanos' mind was changed. He's like, let me get this picture for my family. Like, that was such a good scene. And yeah, I really, really liked that, getting to hear about Drax's family.
The end when we saw that Star-Lord actually, or like Peter Quill works in Dairy Queen, and like his dad was coming to visit him and he turns into a villain.
Yeah, I think that was a really good part, and kind of seeing T'Challa reunite with his family. So now he's like Black Panther and Star-Lord, like double bonus. It's kind of like really cool. It's like ultimate superhero right there.
Parker has 3.5 seconds to fit in whatever he's about to say here.
Chadwick Boseman is coming back for 3 more episodes, so I'm super excited for those.
Wow. Time for Parker. Luke has 18 seconds.
Really great episode, but it was really sad hearing Chatty, and then the tribute at the end. I mean, like, we miss you, Chadwick, and we're glad to see you back for 3 more episodes and a little bit of you in Wakanda forever. Amen.
And that was the Marvel Minute. Oh my word, we're gonna get copyrighted, aren't we? Well, Luke paid for it.
Yeah, Luke paid for it.
YouTube, when you're screening this, he paid for it, so it's fine. That's not how that works at all. Episode 113. The band is back together, and next week,
May God forever
fantasy
bless you in your
football
lives.
extravaganza.
Amen.
Touchdown.
Yeah, that joke was like the best joke
Thank
that
you.
I've ever heard.